Hey, Tyson here with Adventure Rig, out on a mountain bike ride with the Pearl Izumi Summit gloves. I've put a lot of time in these gloves here in Colorado and also out in Utah. This is my first pair of full finger gloves, and I'm a big fan. I wasn't sure really how I'd like them, mainly because I have really hot hands. They seem to always be sweating. But with these, they provide a lot of ventilation and, even more importantly, a ton of grip. There's a lot of technology and a ton of really cool features that are built into these gloves. To start with, the palms are synthetic leather that also have a bit of reinforcement through them. Now these are really made to act almost as a second skin, so there's not any padding in them, which I'm not really bummed about. My old gloves that I had did have quite a bit of padding, and what I found is I almost felt disconnected from my handlebars and my grips just because there was so much padding there. A great feature about these is you can still use your phone with the gloves on. Now Pearl Izumi says that really they've built it into these two fingers. However, I have an iPhone with a protective cover over the screen, and I found that all 5 fingers still work on my particular phone. Also, on the knuckle area, they've built in a little bit of neoprene. So no matter where you're riding, if you're hitting trees or any debris, it's gonna give you just a little bit of added protection. On the top, like I said, it's still nice and breathable. So they do have a fabric that's really thin and it's gonna breathe. Also, on my 2 fingers right here, you can see that I have a little bit of color to those. That's actually a grippy material so that when you're on your brake levers, your fingers are not gonna slide off. That was something that I was really psyched on. So like I said, everything that I've had prior to these has been just a half finger glove. The second I rode with these, I immediately noticed how much grip these provided, not only on the handlebars, but also with these fingers on my brake levers. Something that usually you may not think too much about is the Velcro closure on the top of the glove. The reason I'm mentioning this is that they mention it as a hook and loop type closure. Not really a big deal. However, I have motorcycle gloves made from other companies that this Velcro actually has worn out and it doesn't stay closed anymore. I noticed that this seems to be a really strong Velcro that's going to hold up over time, always providing a nice tight closure for you. Also, on the back of the thumb, it's a nice soft material. So if you're riding through crud and you get it on your glasses, you can easily wipe it off. Also, it's really nice and soft for your nose. So if you're riding in colder climates or you find that you're always having snot dripping, you can easily wipe it off and it's not going to be uncomfortable. Now these are a large and they fit really well, with one exception. The pinky does have just a little bit of extra room in it. However, this isn't a problem that I've only had with Pearl Izumi. Most gloves that I wear, the pinky seems to be a lot longer than the rest of the fingers for me. So maybe I have just a really abnormally small pinky. One thing that I found that fixes it is if I do pull it down a little bit further than the rest, I find that I can get my pinky to fill it up. But as I'm riding, I do kind of get some room back in it. And I just went off of their size chart that they have online for the fitment of these gloves. Again, they're the Pearl Izumi Summit gloves, providing you with all-day comfort. If you guys have any questions or comments, be sure to leave them below and we'll get back to you. Also, if you're curious about where Callie and I are, be sure to check us out on Facebook and Instagram. Also, if you like our videos, please make sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe. Thanks again for watching. I'm Tyson with Adventure Rig.